I have been trying to ignore the videos of hate preacher Matt Powell, and maybe that is for the best, but sometimes I take a peek at his channel to discover that nothing's changed. He still is a bigot, and he still tells a lot of nonsense. I found this recent video of him in which he shows that he doesn't understand how rain works and that he has no clue about the difference between evolution and meteorology.
Hello there. You know, the Bible says that it rained for 40 days and 40 nights back in the time of Noah. But the truth is, evolutionists will continuously mock that, and they'll say that it's a primitive idea that it rained for 40 days and 40 nights.
No, you fool. Evolutionists, I guess those are people who acknowledge the fact of evolution. So that's almost every biologist in the world. Biologists don't have any comments on it raining 40 days and 40 nights. It would be up to meteorologists and climatologists to explain if that is a likely event. And guess what? It raining for 40 days and 40 nights is a pretty common event. There are places in the world where it can rain hundreds of days without any interruption. It's not the 40 days and 40 nights of rain that anyone has a problem with, as you falsely suggest. The problem is the amount of water that is needed to fulfill this idiotic biblical claim. There is simply not enough water on the planet to flood all the mountain ranges in the world. It would require 600 feet of rainfall per day for 40 days in a row, and the Earth simply does not contain that amount of water.
But I want you to just take a moment, if you believe in evolution, to Google "rained for millions of years."
No, you fool. Again, that has got nothing to do with evolution, as I just explained. Rainfall belongs to the domain of meteorology and climatology. It's not part of evolution.
The first thing that pops up is that time that it rained for 2 million years.
Yes, so that's not a problem at all. There might have been eras when it rained for millions of years in certain places. It is entirely possible that that would happen in, for example, the Triassic period. Of course, because of much higher temperatures than we experience today, much of that rain would vaporize quickly and then turn into new rain when it reached cold layers of air higher up the atmosphere. It's very plausible that rainfall in those eras was much more extensive than it is today. What's the problem with that?
So evolution teaches that it rained for millions of years.
No, and I think it doesn't matter how often people explain to you what evolution is, because you will never stop misrepresenting it. But just to make sure, evolution is the process of gradual changes in populations of organisms, mostly initiated by genetic mutations, and they're mostly driven by natural selection. So evolution teaches us nothing about when it rained or how long it rained. That is part of a totally different discipline.
But you want to say that it's crazy that God caused it to rain for 40 days and 40 nights back in the time of Noah?
No, again, nobody is saying that 40 days of rain is impossible or even rare. The problem with your claim is that there is simply not enough water in the world to cover the earth, according to the silly Bible story, and there is no evidence to suggest that even if it happened, there was a God involved.
What a joke. Evolution is such a joke.
No, the only joke is that you don't understand what evolution is, as everyone can clearly see from your video. And as it seems, you don't understand the actual criticism towards your own claims. You think the number of rainy days is the problem, while in reality, the amount of water is the problem. I think I've seen enough for today. This guy will never stop telling nonsense about stuff that he doesn't understand, and he will never stop misrepresenting evolution and atheism just to fit the narrative that is needed to keep his gullible believers in check. Pretty sad that people like Matt Powell are even allowed to spread their hate and nonsense on YouTube. But what can I do?